Good morning, fam. So, I want to say thank you to those that have subscribed, those that have followed, those who have signed on with me to learn about keeping families together. Um, Fatherhood and families are basically under attack, and I'm really passionate about helping you guys do something about it. I'm actually not supposed to be doing any video at the moment. I have a lot of preparation and things to set up before I get going, but this morning I was really compelled to talk to you guys about something that's been, I don't know if I should say, I guess it's been weighing on my heart a little bit because gender roles are also under attack as well. Feminism kind of has destroyed that, and people have forgot how to be in a home where we can actually get along. And so the one thing I want to talk to you guys this morning about is femininity. And femininity, we it's been coined as something that is weakness, and femininity is far from weakness. It's actually a yin to the yang type effect. Femininity, you guys should look at it. Women should look at femininity as a superpower. And when I'm walking in the park and I'm thinking to myself, man, there's one thing that I like about Wonder Woman. She has all the other masculine traits, the fighting, this, that, and the other. But there's something about when she takes her lasso and she whips it around the guy or whoever the person is, and the whip or the rope, the glowing rope, compels. It compels that person to tell the truth, to give them the information that they need, and to work with them. And the rope for me is very feminine because she's not fighting, she's not getting loud, she's just standing there, standing on her 2 feet, and that rope is around them, and all she has to do is ask questions. And the calmness in that moment demands answers. And they just spit out whatever answers are the actual truth. And that's not done in a violent way. It's done in a way that it compels. It's an influence. And I actually envision that glow rope. See, this is the thing. I couldn't even see Batman doing this. I can't see Superman doing this. I can't see any superhero taking a lasso, throwing it around somebody, a glow rope, and saying, I compel you to tell me the truth. That's the feminine portion of Wonder Woman, and I really like that. And so if I were to compare that rope to femininity, that rope would be the superpower that women have. See, your superpower is not to be the fire with the man's fire. Both people can have this fire together. Your superpower comes in as a superwoman. That comes in a calmness, and it actually de-escalates the situation. So he comes home and he's fire, fire, fire. He comes home and he's like, oh, I'm upset. I don't like what's going on. This is annoying. And you are the water that puts out the fire. And let me tell you something. Fire has a lot of strength in it. It can destroy a lot of stuff. But when buildings are on fire, when your house is on fire, what do we fight that with? We don't fight fire with fire. We fight fire with water. And your femininity is water. It's actually what allows a situation to de-escalate and to move in the direction of calm instead of combativeness. And if you guys see that as a weakness, I don't know what to tell you. All I know is that for me, and I'm gonna give you an example of how that worked for me. For me, that is a superpower. It's a power to control the outcome of what's actually happening at that very moment. And women can control that with their femininity based upon going crazy and saying they're upset too, and I'm mad, and you're not gonna do this and you're not gonna do that. Or they can calm down the situation with their femininity and be more nurturing and kind and dispose of the situation. So right now, I'm actually speaking to somebody overseas. I've been dating somebody overseas for the last 8 months, getting to know her. And her femininity, when women say that we go overseas to get these women, they're no different and they want this, that, and the other, and that what we look for when we go overseas is something exotic. But what I'm learning is that the exoticness does not come from the female in and of itself. The exoticness overseas comes from the femininity, that feminine energy, that superpower that we get from those women. It literally calms us down and takes us in a different direction. So a situation that I want to bring up is that my mother is in the hospital. She's currently in the hospital, and I was upset over the care. I was upset even over the fact that she was there, and I'm expressing this to Catherine and telling her, you know, I'm upset and I don't like the way my sister's handling it because she's the proxy, and it's just not going the way I want it to go. I feel that something different should have happened and that she should have never ended up in the hospital. And when I was going to the hospital, I was gonna be a little edgy. And what Catherine did was she said to me, and she's African, so it's real cute, right? And she does it in a feminine voice. It's amazing. She literally says to me, baby, don't go in there and create trouble. She says, right now is not the time to do it. You might be right, and you are right, baby, but this is not the time to be right. Right now, just go in there and spend time with your mom and be there for her. And so we went back and forth. I'm going back and forth, and I'm telling her, listen, I don't like it. But I realized that as I was going back and forth with her, because she maintained a calm, I was actually getting annoyed that she wasn't getting heightened with me. But she was not allowing herself, because this is how she's just trained to be, she didn't allow herself to actually get into that heightenedness with me. She actually calmed down the situation, that to the point where by the end of the conversation, I had to tell her, you know, I'm so annoyed, I told her. I said, I'm so annoyed because I said I wanted to be mad, but you won't even allow me to be mad. She literally took a situation that could have gone in the wrong direction, and instead of being that woman that went along with me and said, yeah, I don't like how they do that either, and yeah, when you go in there, you do this, you do that, you do the other. When you do that, now we're both heightened. And now that's both heading down a road of disaster. But where your femininity comes in is you bring calm to the man. Your calmness actually keeps him out of trouble. There's another situation, another story online, where a guy said that he was going to shoot someone. He had his gun out, and he was talking about this online. It's actually something he wrote up. And he said he was going to kill somebody. And he said that somebody was behind him. He felt their presence. And he said when he turned around, it was a little old lady. And he said that little old lady said to him, baby, are you okay? And he said he had to tuck his gun away. And he said he didn't even go through with the situation because the lady started talking to him and she said, whatever you're doing right now, it's not worth it. And he put his gun away. And it's amazing how though the calmness of the woman is her superpower. She protects the home when the man is in the picture. Because listen, men and women are needed in the home. But this is why a man's insurance goes down, because when a woman is in the home, he makes a different kind of decision than he would make being by himself as an individual guy. The insurance is just higher because we tend to be a little bit more irresponsible. And IQ tests also show that although men are smarter than women on this side, men also are stupider because we take risks. And what IQ tests show is that women are right down the middle. You guys level us so that we can actually operate in a way that allows us to make better decisions or gives us the opportunity to choose something different based upon your advice. So your superpower is your femininity. Like I said, fire, you can't fight fire with fire. You add fire to a situation, fire on fire does not work well. It just makes the fire bigger. But when you use your superpower, your lasso, that is what controls or compels a man to be different. It compels a man to go a different direction if he so chooses. And it can be compelling if you stay within your femininity. At the end of the day, you still have to allow him to be a man and make the decision. But your influence, your lasso, is so powerful that it makes a man want to do things that he wouldn't even necessarily see himself doing. And I'll give you another example real quick before we end. But women always come to situations saying, you're going to buy me this, you're going to buy me that, I require it, this, that, and the other. When a woman does that, it doesn't make a man feel that he wants to do anything because you feel entitled to it. But when a woman says, oh baby, I don't need this, or oh baby, I don't need that, and she stays calm and she's just, she almost doesn't feel like she wants or needs anything except for you, the man. When a man feels respected, he feels appreciated, and a woman praises him, he feels like, and that's the femininity. Men look for respect, appreciation, and praise. When you give them rap, when you give them that, they feel good. They feel like they want to do more for you because you don't require it. When you don't require it, when you don't require him to do all, and listen, guys, I'm also talking about healthy men. I'm not talking about toxic men, okay? I'm talking about when you actually get a good guy so that you can put on your good side as well. And you stay within your femininity. It does make him want to do things for you that he wouldn't normally do for another woman because he feels like you're deserving of it. Because you, see with me, because you want little, I'm going to give you more. Even in the Bible, God asked Solomon, he says, what do you want? And Solomon said, what he asked for, he said, Lord, give me wisdom. And the Lord said that because you don't ask for everything that everybody else would ask for, because you're not asking for money and fame and this, that, and the other, and you're asking for wisdom, he says, I'm going to give you much more than that. And Solomon became one of the richest men of all time. In fact, the Bible said that there will never be a man richer than King Solomon. So requiring less, needing less, being humble, being kind, showing humility and that nurturing, that femininity, that lasso that you throw out there that goes around the man, that is your superpower. It controls the temperature of the home. It de-escalates situations that could possibly end domestic violence. And we don't want domestic violence, we don't want rape, we don't want all these different things. But what you do is you de-escalate things to give peace. Men are the fire, you are the water. Ladies, I want you to be the lasso. That's what I want you to strive to be. Be the lasso to the man. Be his calm. Be his peace. That is your superpower. You want to make sure that you are the superwoman to his Superman. The superwoman to his Batman. That's what you should be. The superwoman in the house. Your femininity, your submission, your obedience, all three of those put together, those encompass femininity. And we've given it a bad name. And women hate it because it's coming from men sometimes who want to control things. This is not about control. This is about hierarchy in the home. And we're going to talk about that as well. But anyways, I'm going to end here. But once again, be the lasso lady. Be that nurture. Be the calm that he walks home to, that he wants to be around, and keep your family together. Listen, guys, subscribe, follow me. I am on YouTube. I am trying to organize myself, but I did want to throw this out there. I wanted to talk to you guys, and I hope that we're definitely gonna be talking a little bit more in the future. All right, take care, fam. Have a great weekend.